I mean, a homeless person can want a 5-story penthouse but still be on the side of the street. Anything that you truly want and that you know you're gonna have, you're not gonna see it as a, man, I just hope and I pray that it comes. Prayer is powerful and prayer helps. But the homeless person can pray on the side of the street every day and still be on the side of the street. Okay, delusion can change your life if you let it. We see all this shit about I'm a delusional girl, I'm delulu. Okay, but how are you using that delusion? Is it dismantling you or is it empowering you? Let's make a list. Let's make a list. Over here, we have dismantle. And over here, we have empowering. I want you to take the thing that you want to manifest the most, whether it is love, whether it is money, whether it is career success, whether it is an apartment. We are going to take your beliefs and you're going to put your beliefs into either this category, which is dismantling, or this category, which is empowering. Let's say that your dream is to get the dream apartment that you want. The question that you should be asking yourself is, are you denying yourself the thing that you want the most? I mean, a homeless person can want a 5-story penthouse but still be on the side of the street. Want does not equal have. It does not. Your wants do not equal what you have. Your wants can often dismantle you because you see them as wants. Anything that you truly want and that you know you're gonna have, you're not gonna see it as a, man, I just hope and I pray that it comes. Prayer is powerful and prayer helps. But the homeless person can pray on the side of the street every day and still be on the side of the street. What is the difference? What takes you from your want to your have? What takes you from being dismantled to being empowered? It is the actionable steps that you take, the actionable steps that you create for yourself. But it's also whether or not you truly and fully believe that you deserve the thing that you want. And this is where delusion can get tricky, because you hear these people say, be delusional, be delusional. Don't be delusional and be on the couch. You got to get up and take the steps to make whatever it is you want to create. So let's say you do that, you do want that apartment. First off, how are you making money? Are you making money in a way that you enjoy every day? That if you're making the money and you do get that apartment, will you actually get to spend time in your apartment, or will you just be working every day at a job that you don't actually genuinely like? And then you only get to be in the apartment that you wanted so badly for 4 hours because you work on a night shift and you work in the day shift. If that's the case, it's time to get a new job. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, I can't. Baby, people work online now. People making money from their homes. Do you know how many digital nomads that I've met while I've been traveling? You have options. Even if you don't want to be a digital nomad, figure out a way to take what it is you're doing right now and turn it into a job that benefits the way that you really truly want to live. And if you love your job, perfect. That's one step out of the way. So if you do love your job, that is amazing. But if you don't, you need to recognize that as something that's stopping you from living the way you want to live and change it. It's action. Manifesting is action. Not necessarily total delusion. Now that's one of the ways that delusion can dismantle you. Thinking that you cannot take action. Not taking action. Don't do that one. Stay away from this side, okay? You don't want to be on that side. So what's the opposite of not taking action? Taking action. Now, the number one step in taking action is being sure of what it is that you want. What do you genuinely want in this life? And if what you're trying to manifest is also a relationship, I actually just learned the lesson of settling for guys that I didn't actually want, but I knew I couldn't have because I was fearful of what it is I actually wanted. And so instead of making room for the kind of love that I wanted by denying anything else, I was like sort of hopeless. And I was like, oh my God, okay, let me just run to the next best thing. Let me settle. Settling will not get you anywhere that you want to be in this life. It just will not. You think the millionaires out there just settled and then they magically became millionaires? No, they said, I'm only making $25,000 a year right now, but I know I want more. And so they reached for more. They did not settle and say 25,000 is fine. They said, hey, let's keep going. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna make that million and I'm gonna turn that million into 200 million. And they fucking do it. I don't know if you guys know School of Hard Knocks here on YouTube or on TikTok, but he interviews millionaires. And guess what they always say? Oh, I'm only making 20 million right now, but I wanna scale it to 100 million by the end of next year because they know that they're gonna do it. They are reaching higher than where they are. Staying where you are will kill you. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly. As someone who grew up in the hood, if I stayed where I was, it could have killed me. And so even if you didn't grow up in really dire situations, you must muster up the courage to reach heights higher than where you have been. I don't care if you grew up with a millionaire father, a billionaire father. Okay, are you the billionaire? No, you're not. But then again, it's all down to what it is you want. Whether the focus is money, whether it's love, whether it's career, whether it's where you live and reside. It comes down to taking action. So another important question is, if societal expectations were not a thing, if you did not have to make money, if you did not have to live in a house, if you didn't have to do any of that, what would you genuinely, at the core of you, at the root, want to do? What would you want to do? And so from there, again, actionable steps, lay out a plan. Pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3, pillar 4. Those are the 4 pillars of your life. Make a plan. All right. And I'm a Virgo. I love a plan. I love a plan. I'm always down for a plan. So to continue on with this list, what will dismantle you? Not taking action. But you know what will also dismantle you? It's your fear. So we're going to write this on the board here. Fear. Listen, we all have fears. I mean, fears protect us from so many things. It is so natural. It's one of the most natural human emotions ever. And so I say that to tell you that you need to get used to it. If you can sit in fear and still have a root within yourself, still be grounded in some sort of way, whether it's in your belief, whether it's in knowing who you are, whether it's in where you come from, have something to root you and ground you whenever fear comes, because it will come. It's just, how much have you trained yourself to get used to the fear? All right. How much have you trained yourself to go regardless of the fear? And that takes what we're going to put over here. One of my favorite words ever, courage. It takes courage to get to where it is that you want to go. Action and courage, man, that'll give you everything that you want in this life. Action and courage. I say prayer as well, but everybody don't pray. You don't necessarily have to. Prayer without action, without courage, where are you going? Where you just spinning around looking at the sky? Like, where you going? Listen, I was one of those people where I had done healing, and so I thought because I did healing once for a very long period of time, I was done. Like, my fears weren't stopping me. I had all the courage. And even when I was traveling, I thought that. But as we get older, as we progress, as we continue to go throughout this life, you're gonna have new fears that pop up. Okay, just the one fear that you healed, or the 5 fears that you healed from your childhood, baby, that was your childhood. You still got to heal from adulthood. You have to heal from the different sorts of people that you meet. Even if you keep a close, tight circle, are you ever really fully healed? No, but that's the point of being human, man. We're here to figure it out and to go with the flow and to trust the ebb and the flow of life. And so please face your fears and embrace your courage. It will change your life. What does delusion look like if it's based in fear? We're gonna go back to the homeless man on the street, right? Let's say the homeless man wants to go and ask this person that he sees in the suit if he can get a job because he wants to change his circumstances. But he has fear. He's clinging onto his fear. So rather than asking the businessman for a job, he is just like slowly walking up, trying to ask for money, not saying any words. That's not gonna get him shit. That's not gonna get him nothing. Now, if he walked up to the businessman, he, fixed up his homeless clothes a little bit and said, hey, listen, I know I'm not in the place I wanna be right now, but I'm gonna be where you are. I would love your help to get there. That businessman is gonna approach him differently. Because people that are succeeding, they want to help you. Now, not every single business person, not every single millionaire is gonna wanna help you, but a lot of them will. Because they know what it's like to have nothing, okay? There are so many self-made billionaires, millionaires, all of that. And you can be one of them. You will be, I will be one of them. And if you're watching this video, you will be too. I don't care, there's no excuses. And so there's no excuses. And so when the homeless person is walking up with all that courage in the world, again, the businessman will see him differently. He will wanna help. Not every situation, but let's take that analogy and apply it to you wanting to get the dream job. Try it. This is why people make cover letters. This is why they make templates for you to find and use to give to the jobs that you want, because it's possible. They've done it. So if you have a dream job that you want to go for, if you want a dream relationship that you want to go for, it's about being courageous. It's about loving if it is a relationship. It's about giving the love that you want to someone else. It's about offering that up on the table. But also, courage does not mean stupidity. Sometimes we think courage and we think someone that's just running into fire, no shoes on. That's not what I mean. Courage with wisdom is going to get you there. So, under fear, we have here stupidity. Okay? Don't be stupid. Don't be that. Don't be stupid. Listen, some people literally need to be told that, and that's okay. I definitely needed to be told that. And guess what? Somebody told me, and now I'm not fucking stupid anymore. I actually have wisdom. I have a brain on me now. I realize, like, it's not necessarily that someone's stupid. They just don't know. They just don't realize. No one has had the guts to tell them that something in their life needs to change, that what they're doing isn't okay, that they need to get somewhere else to be something else. And so when you replace that stupidity with probably my most favorite word in the world, when you replace that with wisdom, everything starts coming together. It starts coming together. And so these three things together will lead you to that have. But if you stay not taking action, if you stay in your fear and you fuel your stupidity, all you're going to be stuck with is being right where you are, and that's wanting. Don't be the homeless man on the side of the road. Wisdom is a skill that you're going to build. And what is a skill? A skill is knowledge that is applied. That's all that a skill is. If you apply that knowledge long enough, that knowledge will turn into wisdom. It'll be something that you don't even have to think about. It's there at the drop of a dime. You move in that way. The way that you live your life reflects your wisdom. You can see a stupid person outside. Somebody with no decorum. And again, I've been there. I don't say that to be like, oh, something's terribly wrong with them. It's just, it all comes down to what you want. What do you want to be? You want to be stupid? Be my guest. Enjoy your life and enjoy that stupidity over there. Me, I want some wisdom to me. I want a little bit of decorum. I'm gonna still have fun, but I want to enjoy myself, you know? And so release that stupidity, okay? It will change your life. But another tip when it comes to gaining wisdom and gaining courage, you have to allow yourself to be wrong. You have to see where you are stopping yourself from getting what it is you want to be, do, or have. Because the only person who is in control of your life is you. The only person who's stopping you from being where you want to be is you. At the end of the day, it comes down to that. And I had to get used to that loneliness because I like to hold on to people. Like, I like to have people close to me, but I know that my life purpose, like the people around me, they wouldn't be able to fuel my career in the way I wanted to, you know? The people that I was reaching out for love, they definitely were not able to fuel it. And that's because I didn't have a stable sense of myself. When you are good in yourself, when you're stable, when you're grounded and rooted in yourself, nobody can, like, I want you to go punch a tree right now. I bet you can't punch that tree and make it move because it's so deeply rooted. And if you can be that way in your love life, in your career, in your life, in the way that you rest within yourself, everything that you do will follow. And this is why it all comes down to inner work. It all comes down to the ways that you are working on yourself, the fine-tuning, the knowledge and wisdom that you're gaining. And so this means engaging in the wisdom that has come before you. Being disengaged. I want you to think back to math class or high school. And you know those kids who, they could have been so good at the math class. They could have done amazingly, but they literally just did not put in the effort. They literally just gave up. They disengaged. Don't be that person, and don't be that person in your life. Even if you were that person in high school, and even if you are that person now. If you want to succeed, which I think you do because you're watching this video, it's time to get engaged. What do I mean by engagement? This means building up your repertoire, reading books. And I know a lot of people now don't like to read books. I love books. I actually just wrote my own book. Let me grab it. This is the Lover Girl Journal. It is for manifesting healthy love in all forms, whether it's work, career, money, mental health. But get books. But get into books. Watch YouTube videos about books. There are so many books on YouTube. There are so many videos on YouTube that tell you books about becoming a millionaire, books about finding love, keeping love, growing in love, healing your mental health. Use books to your advantage. That is the knowledge that they left us from before. We have all that knowledge that they don't focus on. I want you to go and I want you to learn it. I want you to take in that information, but don't just learn, okay? Just because you can repeat the knowledge doesn't mean that you actually have it. That's just the shit you know. Knowledge is, again, when a skill is applied. When you do go and find those books, take the knowledge and actually apply it to your life, because then it becomes your own. It becomes a part of you and who you are. And if you start reading the right books, it's up from there. So much knowledge is found in books. I just cannot stress it enough, because I think I've been the most engaged in my life when I have a good book on me, a book that's teaching me about the different parts of myself. One of my favorite books is actually The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. I recommend it to anybody who has been a hopeless romantic, a helpless romantic, any of that. If you love love, read that book, because it changed, I think, the core makeup of how I saw relationships. I always thought relationship was here and I'm coming. No, baby, it's here and here. It's partnership. It's us together. And with that being said, this is engagement, all right? And this is disengaged, whether it's a relationship, whether it's career. The active knowledge of pursuit will determine how successful you are. And so with that being said, take that delusion that I know you have inside of you, bitch, we all can be crazy, and pick a side. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more, so be sure to subscribe if you like to. If you like a book that's gonna have you thinking about your life, go ahead and grab mine. And if not, I hope you have the most lovely day ever. Comment down below what you think, because I've seen a lot of shit about delusion, and I have been possibly one of the most delusional people, at least that I've ever met, but I've broken out of it. And when you get grounded, things change, man. Then you can get what you actually want. The whole point of me telling you everything I just told you is for you to get what you actually want in this life. Why else are we here? Do you want to live a fake life? You want to live a life where you're not actually happy? No? Oh, okay then. So let's change it. The only person that's going to save you is you.